The test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposed ideas in the mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function. Francis Scott Fitzgerald.
Part 1. Basic Concepts.
The first thing we usually do when starting a jigsaw puzzle is to assemble the border, the frame. We piece together all its outer elements. The first part of this book can be viewed in the same way. So, don't expect to see the full picture at this stage. The assembled frame will only give you an idea of the overall size of the canvas. In this first part, the most basic concepts are introduced, which will serve as the foundation for all our subsequent reasoning. The reader will also be introduced to some fairly non-obvious ideas and will be led to interesting conclusions.
Chapter 1. Let's start with philosophy.
Unfortunately, it must be admitted that many people, for various reasons, have developed quite a dismissive attitude towards philosophy. They say it's just highbrow nonsense and verbal trickery, nothing concrete or comprehensible. And really, what could possibly be interesting to the modern person about, say, the philosophical debates of Plato and Aristotle from nearly 2,500 years ago? And yet, dear reader, forgive me, but we won't be able to avoid a bit of philosophical nitpicking. However, I hasten to reassure you, we won't have to dive into the vast and multifaceted kingdom of world philosophy. We'll limit ourselves to metaphysics, that branch of philosophy that studies the fundamental nature of reality and deals with such basic concepts as existence, identity, change, space and time, causality and effect, necessity, actuality, and possibility. Now, thanks to the aforementioned Plato and Aristotle, metaphysics offers two mutually exclusive views on how to approach these concepts. According to metaphysical realism, the concepts studied by metaphysics exist objectively, that is, independent of any observer. On the other hand, metaphysical anti-realism holds that all these concepts exist subjectively, meaning only within the observer's consciousness. Both realism and anti-realism are logically airtight within their own frameworks. For centuries and even millennia, neither has managed to definitively disprove the other. And yet, despite this apparent logical stalemate, modern exact sciences have firmly and unwaveringly aligned themselves with the axioms of metaphysical realism. The basic philosophical idea of this book is the hypothesis that
all phenomena of reality should be considered from both perspectives, metaphysical realism and anti-realism.
In other words, as we move forward in this book, we'll assume that the truth lies somewhere in the middle between realism and anti-realism, or rather that it encompasses both concepts. It is simply two-faced, two as one, dual. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Where have we heard about duality before? Ah, yes, high school physics. Ring a bell? The physical nature of light is dual. Both the wave and particle theories of light coexist simultaneously, and both are correct. Let's keep this seemingly formal terminological similarity in mind. It'll come in handy later. We'll dive into all this in more detail in part 3 of this book. But for now, dear reader, you're simply invited to accept the following key postulate as the foundation for all the ideas to come.
Reality is twofold, dual, with two complementary sides, objective and subjective, and relying on only one side inevitably leads to an incomplete, one-sided understanding of things.
We'll break down exactly what this assumption means as we go along. But for now, let me congratulate you. The philosophical boredom has ended, well, ended for now, and we're about to dive into the truly fascinating stuff that happens right at the intersection of the subjective and objective.
Summary.
Reality is twofold, dual, with two complementary sides, objective and subjective, and relying on only one side inevitably leads to an incomplete, one-sided understanding of things. All phenomena of reality should be considered from both perspectives, metaphysical realism and metaphysical anti-realism.